Good Thursday morning prospect. Had an interesting thing that happened today. I was looking for a particular or specific verse for my blog, and I opened my Bible and it opened to Genesis chapter 3, and I had never really thought of this. Genesis 3:1 says, "The serpent was the most intelligent of all the animals that the Lord had made." That's not my point for today, but I hadn't thought about the fact that intelligence is not a requirement for faith. And in some cases, it is actually a hindrance to faith. My point this morning was that we have to look for new ways of doing things because God is doing a new thing. And I am reminded that in the Bible, what I was looking for was, the Lord God recognized that the human being had become like one of us, knowing good from evil. So now that he cannot take from the tree of life and eat and live forever, the Lord sent him out of the Garden of Eden to farm the fertile land from which he was taken. He drove them out and stationed winged creatures wielding flaming swords to guard the way to the tree of life. There are repeated times in the Bible where God is doing a new thing or about to do a new thing, and he has to prevent his children from going back to their old ways. And I keep saying this, and I don't think many people are really listening. And I'm not just talking about the people that listen to the blog. I talk about this a lot. I really think an awful lot of people think that we've just had a hiccup and we're going to go back to the way things were in February of 2020. I don't believe that. I believe that God is doing a new thing, like the children of Israel being sent to Egypt to save their lives, like the children of Egypt or children of Israel being driven out of Egypt and not being allowed to return. I have said on more than one occasion that we are not bound by the Old Testament covenant. A covenant is not a contract. A covenant is made by a superior with an inferior, and in this case God is the superior and we are the inferior, and God makes all the rules. And I firmly believe that God is doing or about to do something new. Don't know what it is, but I'm confident that that's what's happening. I think we're at a Red Sea moment, and I'm not sure if we've just crossed or if we're standing there looking at it wondering what we're going to do with the Egyptians, but I do believe we're at the Red Sea. And I don't want to do new things because I want to do new things. I want to do new things because I firmly believe that the old methods aren't going to work. And I've said this over and over and over, and I'll keep repeating it. It's fine that you want to do the things that worked before. But cold calling will not work anymore because everybody has caller ID, and an awful lot of you don't even answer the phone if you don't recognize the number. Direct mail doesn't work anymore because people get so much junk mail they don't even open it. The single exception to that is if a letter is hand addressed, people will open that. I believe that we are on the precipice of a great awakening, the likes of which we haven't seen in 200 or 300 years. And I hope and I pray that you are all prepared for it, because I believe it is going to be one of the most exciting times to be a follower of Christ. Now, I will be honest with you that an awful lot of times, if you read the Bible carefully, those wonderful times come at a very steep price. We have to give up the things that we knew that made us comfortable. And I think that's where we're at. We're either about to try and take the promised land, in which case we've got to drive out the people, or we're about to return from exile, in which case we've got to figure out how to rebuild. But the opposition will try very hard to keep us from achieving our goal. And my hope and my prayer is that you will be determined to reach the goal God has set for us. Prospect, let's get ready to move. God bless.